If you're looking for a thick quality curly wig that you can install on yourself straight out the box, meaning you don't have to do any plucking or bleaching, you've come to the right video. And you already know it has to be good because I love plucking my wigs. So we are back with another hair tutorial. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So sponsoring my channel today, we have Asteria Hair. Now, I've definitely worked with this company in the past, so they are no stranger to my channel. So today they sent me such a beautiful unit, and y'all, I am so excited. So excited that I didn't call any models for this one. I don't care if girls wanted to pay me for the appointment. This one was going on me. So as you can see, this hairline is super duper customized, like plucked and bleached. This company gave pre-customized a whole nother meaning because back in the day, wigs did not come like this, like literally at all. So they definitely did their thing. So much so, I didn't even allow a model to pay me to put this wig on them. It was going on me. So now let's take my old wig off. Y'all probably thought it was stuck on my head. No, honey, it was hanging by a thread, okay? So it served its purpose, but not today. You gotta go, honey. So to get this old glue off my hairline, I'm using a rag and hand sanitizer, and really just because it was in front of me. Like anything that degreases, I use on my wigs. Like I'll use dish soap, I'll use astringent, whatever works, as long as it doesn't break me out, yeah, I'll use it. All right, y'all. So remember, at the end of this video, look in the description box below, and I'm going to put the link of this exact unit so you can get it for yourself and also use my special discount code. But for now, we're going to get into a shop talk. And I know I haven't came with the shop talks in so long because I just had an influx of wigs and I just couldn't even keep up with the stories and posting. So I just had to, do the bare minimum voiceovers. But yes, honey, I've been going through some things and I'm ready to get back into these shop talks. So you already know whatever happens in the shop stays in the shop. So basically this year, y'all, I done fell in love. I done fell in love in the club, literally. Okay, I met this guy, and at first when he started talking to me, he was like telling me his whole life story, and it sounded like he was like selling himself to me, and he was just putting in all this like high energy effort, like off rip, that I didn't really know how to take it. So at first I wasn't really like giving him any energy. But as the night went by, we were just talking more and more, and he literally just wouldn't go away. So, I'm not the type to be like, can you get away from me, or I don't want to talk. Like, I'm too nice for that. Y'all, I'm not mean at all. Like, I can't. Like, I would sit there and suffer before I can set a boundary like that. So I just let him talk his life away, and we just ended up like literally having a conversation. So after that meetup or that, meeting, we ended up going to an after hour spot that he invited me to. Now, it's so crazy because normally I would not follow a random guy to a random after hour spot that I've never heard of. But for some reason, this night, I was out solo dolo. I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? I was, I'm single. I've been single for maybe like 6 months at this time, and I was just ready to mix and mingle. And I was ready. Okay, I was ready for anything. I was ready to risk it all. So I followed him to the after hour spot, and we connected so quickly and so strongly, and we had so much fun. So basically, after that first night, me and that guy were literally joined at the hip. Like, he was coming to my house like 3 times a week just to see me, take me out, and accommodate me and stuff. And it was like going good. Like, it was going good. And I was really thinking to myself, like, did I really like find my husband 6 months after my breakup? Like, this is crazy. So one day we're talking, and I'm, asking him, what are we? Like, what are we doing here? Like, we're hanging out, we're having so much fun. He's telling me that he loves me, and I would love to reciprocate that energy. But, the smart girl in me cannot tell a guy I love him if we're not together, because that's like relationship type stuff. So I would ask him, what do you want? Do you want to be in a relationship? And y'all, he would tell me that he loves me so much that I would start to feel uncomfortable because I would never say it back. And I would always like giggle or smile or be like, hee, thank you. But when I'm in a relationship, honey, I like to go 10 toes, 10 fingers. Like I be all in my relationships. I can't be telling a guy that I'm in a situationship with, I love you. Like, that's not me. So this guy is talking about I don't believe in titles because once you put a title on things, everything gets weird and it's too much pressure and it just ruins everything. And, at first I'm like, okay, this sounds like some typical male manipulation type stuff. You want your cake, you want to eat it too. You want the pie on the side. You want the key lime pie. You want the birthday cake, and you want the cupcakes. Okay. But I was like, I've had an experience with forcing a guy to do what I wanted him to do, and it ended up failing in the end anyway. So I actually respected his answer. And I was like, that's not really my style, so I'm going to have to think about it. And y'all, I went home and I really thought about it. And I said, you know what? I just got out of a 2-year relationship. I was living with the guy and it was so intense and we had so many arguments and it was just so emotionally draining. Do I even want a relationship right now? I'm having so much fun pouring into myself, working on my business, starting back up my YouTube channel. Like, I don't even know if it's even smart for me to get in another commitment right now. So guess what I did? I actually agreed to be in a situationship with a guy. Like, I actually agreed to this. And you know what? I told myself, since I'm actually agreeing to this and he's giving me a choice and he's not trying to manipulate me, maybe I can actually, keep my feelings at bay and I can understand the assignment and I don't get my feelings hurt because I literally already know what's going on and he's giving me the choice to do so. So I agreed and I went along with it. But yeah. So fast forward, right? We're hanging out again, and normally I wouldn't even operate in a dynamic like this. Like, situation who? Like, what the fuck do I look like? But I was just thinking in my head, like, this is something that I really appreciate right now because not only do I have the connection, the romance, being around him is so easy because he's so accommodating. I never have to come out of pocket, but I also have my freedom as well. So I'm like, hold on. I don't know if this is toxic or not, but it feels like I'm in a relationship and I'm single at the same time. And just like before, like I told you guys, this guy was continuously telling me he loves me. And I just could not say it back. Not because I didn't care about him or I didn't love him, but that's relationship type You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get me to role play like I'm in a relationship knowing that I'm not, especially when it comes to the L word, because with love becomes a lot of territorial, behavior, controlling behavior, especially from men. So I didn't want to make him crazy. So I let him say the L word and I just kept my mouth closed. Okay, so one night, me and the guy are together and we're at this lounge. Now, I know the DJ that works at this particular lounge and he knows that I know the DJ because I told him. So every time we go, I'll go up to the DJ booth and show love and say, hey, post him in my story and tag him and stuff and, just show regular love. So this night, I guess the guy that I was with was running around, talking to people or doing business, whatever he was doing. So I stayed in the DJ booth a little bit longer. Now, he ended up telling me something, but I really couldn't hear over the music. So I just said, okay. And I just continued to talk to the DJ. And, in this dynamic, I don't feel uncomfortable talking to other men because we're not together, So I didn't know that it was going to be a problem. So long story short, I'm in the DJ booth for like 30 minutes and I'm like, okay, I'm here for too long. Like, where is the guy that I came here with? So I leave and I find him outside on the porch of the lounge, and I walk up to him like, hey, where you been? Like, I was waiting on you. And he was looking at me with the super stank face, the super boombastic side eye. And I'm looking at him like, what's the problem? Like, why are you looking at me like that? And he was acting all stiff, like not trying to talk to me and, acting like fake mad or real mad. I don't know what it was. And at this point, I'm like really confused because he's never acted angry at me. Like, we never had a reason to be angry at each other. Like, we literally have no expectations of each other. So I look at him and I'm like, are you mad right now? And I can't help but laugh because I don't know if it's a joke or not. And he looks at me and he's like, oh, now you want to come over here with me. Now you want to start fucking with me. And I'm like, you're joking. And he's like, am I laughing? And y'all, I'm like, there's no way. I'm in a Twilight Zone right now. Like, there's no way. So I'm like, what the hell are you mad about? And mind you, I'm yelling as well because we're still in the lounge. Well, like right outside the lounge, but there's still music playing. So, I'm yelling just because of the environment. I don't know if it came off aggressive or whatever, but I was also laughing at the same time because I was literally dumbfounded. And he's like, you're over there talking to the DJ all night and you acting like you don't know who you came with, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you my man? Like, the last time I remember, you told me you don't want a relationship. You don't want a title. You actually want a situationship. And now you're trying to act, what, controlling? Now you're trying to act jealous? Like, I'm so sorry, but you are not my man. Like, you're not him. And not because you can't be him or you don't have what it takes to be him, but you don't want to be him. So in my eyes, you have no room to get mad at me for doing anything, sir. So yeah, that's like the first like big miscommunication disagreement that me and this guy ever got into. And it was all for me talking to the DJ for, I guess, a little bit too long, quote unquote, right? And it's so crazy because this guy is the one that didn't want no relationship. This guy is the one that didn't want no commitment. This guy is the one that gave me rules, right? And I'm so player, I was actually following the rules. I knew my role. I was playing my position. I was cooperative. And it's crazy because he was the first one that started tripping. And you know what? It actually let me know more about the male nature because in my last relationship, we were actually quote unquote committed, right? We lived in the same apartment and we were, in a real quote unquote relationship. So I thought that it was natural for my boyfriend to be very jealous, very territorial, just overly everything, because I'm his woman. But come to find out, even in this dynamic, even in the friends with benefits dynamic, just because he felt some type of way about me, just because he feels like he loves me, he got those same type of feelings, those same controlling feelings, those same jealous feelings. And I'm like, it don't even matter if a guy is in a relationship or not. he's going to act like a guy. So yes, you guys, that is only the beginning of this entire escapade, like I promise you. But we're about to close out this video, so I'm gonna have to save the rest of the story for a part 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is the final result, and y'all, I am literally obsessed, okay? 3 things that I love about this wig is, number 1, I love the length. It's a 26 inch, but it's really giving 28, almost 30. And number 2, I love the texture. It's right in between a loose wave and a deep wave. It's water wave, so it's like curly but not too curly, still very manageable. And number 3, of course, I loved the pre-customized hairline. So I'm actually doing this voiceover 2 weeks after I already put the wig on my head. So I have a little bit more detailed insight on the maintenance and the quality of the unit. So every day I had to wet it just a little bit and comb it out with my paddle brush. If you don't comb it out, it will give you some problems, but that's with most curly wigs. Also, when I was cleaning off the lace and getting it ready for, another install in the future, the lace held up really good. It didn't tear apart. There was no bald spots in the lace, and I can definitely get at least maybe 4 or 5 installs with this same wig. Now, once again, thank you so much, Asteria Hair, for sponsoring this video with this 26-inch water wave unit. If you guys want this exact wig, I'm going to put all the information in the description box below. If you are not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you go ahead and do that. Turn on your notifications, and I'll see y'all in the next video. And stay tuned for part 2 of this crazy, unofficial love story. See y'all later.